As children, Christmas was all about the presents when we were little, naturally. And in our family, we'd get to open one gift on Christmas Eve. And of course, I always chose the what? The biggest one. It wasn't till later in life that I learned the best gifts come in small packages, like me. Seriously, folks. The best gifts don't come in packages at all. That's what William Henry Porter wrote about in 1905. Under his pen name, O. Henry, he published a little story about a young couple with the wisdom of the wise men, the three kings who brought their gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and even the Magi. Okay, here we go. Mr. and Mrs. James and Della Young were so poor they could barely afford their furnished flat at $8 a week. So there was no possibility of them giving gifts to each other that Christmas. Della had secretly saved $1.87, but it was not near enough to buy James a chain for his prized pocket watch. And James, he had no money to buy Della what she had been yearning for, a pair of pure tortoiseshell combs with jeweled rims, just the right shade for holding back her long, wavy, chestnut brown hair. But Della and Jim couldn't bear to celebrate Christmas without giving each other at least one gift. So, taking no thought for themselves, each found a way. Which is why the day before Christmas, when Jim walked through the door, he stopped, immovable as an Irish setter at the scent of quail. Della's hair was gone, vanished, and all that was left were these tiny, close-lying curls of a truant schoolboy or a Coney Island chorus girl. "Jim, darling," she cried, "don't look at me that way. I had my hair cut off and sold because I couldn't have lived through Christmas without giving you a present." "You cut off your hair?" he said, with an air of near lunacy. "It's sold," she said, "sold and gone, I tell you. Say Merry Christmas, Jim, and let's be happy. Maybe the hairs of my head were numbered, but nobody could ever count my love for you." At that, Jim quickly woke from his trance and enfolded Della in his arms. Now, here is where Mr. O. Henry pauses to beg the question. $8 a week or $1 million a year? What's the difference? Even an accountant would give you the wrong answer. For what made the gifts of the Magi valuable was not the cost of their treasures, but the distance they traveled and the risk they took. Now, back to the story. Relaxing his embrace, Jim drew a package from his overcoat pocket, and he threw it on the table. "Don't make any mistake about me, Dell," he said. "I don't think there's anything in the way of a haircut, a shave, or a shampoo that could make me love my girl any less. But if you unwrap that package..." Dell's white, nimble fingers tore at the string and paper. There was an ecstatic scream of joy, and then, alas, a quick change of tears and wails. For there lay the combs, the set of combs, side and back, that Della had so long worshipped in a shop window. And now they were hers, but the cascading tresses they were meant to adorn were gone. Della hugged the combs to her bosom and at length looked up with dim eyes. "Jim, my hair grows fast, Jim. Then, leaping like a singed cat, Della scooped up her gift for Jim and held it out in the open palm of her hands. The precious metals seemed to flash with the reflection of her bright and ardent spirit. "Isn't it a dandy chain, Jim? I hunted all over town to find it. You'll have to look at your watch 100 times a day now." Jim just tumbled down on the couch, put his hands behind the back of his head and smiled. "Del," he said, "let's put our Christmas presents away and keep them a while. They're just too nice to use right now. I sold my watch to buy your combs. And now, I think it's time for dinner." The best gifts, you see, do not come in packages at all. What makes them valuable is not what they cost to buy, but what they cost to give. The child in Bethlehem gave a gift not even kings could afford: his perfect life and pure love for all. As Mr. O. Henry observed, the Magi were wise men, wonderfully wise men, who brought gifts to the babe in the manger. And tonight, we have recounted the story of two brave and innocent children who foolishly sacrificed their treasures for one another. But were they foolish? I don't think so. I think they were wise. And the faithful spouse and the hopeful parent, the loving family, the trusted friend, they are all wise in the same way, for they give of themselves. They give Christmas. They are